Hello, and welcome to your Quickie. Today, we're going to have some gentle yoga. We're going to keep it kind of low, kind of slow, and you're going to want to have some props. You don't need them, but it's just going to make your practice that much more enjoyable. So if you have a blanket, a bolster, even a strap this time, we're going to do a new pose that's called constructive rest pose, where we actually will need the strap. If you don't have one, we can make do. But gather your props if you have them. Grab a coffee, grab a tea, whatever it might be. It's a nice, cool 79 here in Puerto Vallarta this morning. Notice you can even see steam on the cup. Not every day can you see steam on the cup, no matter how hot the liquid is. Okay, here we go. Finding your comfortable seat, whatever that is for you. Let the eyes fall closed and start to bring the awareness in, letting go of the day so far, forgetting about any expectations for later in the day. For this next period of time, 15, 20, 30 minutes, it's just us, just right here and right now. Letting shoulders soften down away from the ears, shoulder blades that slide down the back. Imagining that little thread connected to the crown of the head, sitting you up just that little bit taller than usual. Starting to notice your breath. Not controlling it, but noticing your baseline. Noticing how you're arriving today. Now we're going to take a quick second to notice that layer in space where our body interfaces with the environment around us. So bringing your awareness to the skin, to sensations of cool, maybe a breeze. Maybe it's humidity in the air, maybe it's dryness. Whatever sensations you can feel where your body meets the environment around you. Maybe a little bit of pressure on the sit bones. All right, we're gonna take just 3 great big breaths this morning, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Think about getting it all the way into the belly. So here we go, big inhale. And exhale. Big inhale. And exhale. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. All right, inhaling the arms out and up. Palms to touch. Exhaling down through heart center. Inhaling out and up. Think about the shoulder blades here. How are they moving on your rib cage? Palms to touch. Exhaling down through heart center. Upper back strength is really important in shoulder health. Inhaling out and up. So a little bit of awareness about keeping those shoulder blades on the back might go a long way. Palms to touch. Exhaling down through heart center. One last time. Inhaling out and up. This time we'll interlace the fingers, flip the palms, and press the ceiling away. Big inhale. Exhale, tip right. Inhale, back center. Exhale, tip left. Inhale, back center. Drop it down. Exhale, right. Now we're going to take a couple of breaths here. Think about breathing into that left side rib cage. And always remembering your expression of the pose might not be what I'm doing, and that's fine. You could be up on the palm of your hand, you could be up on blocks. Your arm could be completely straight. Whatever it is that works best for your body is always the best choice. Engage the core. Inhale, come up. Exhaling left. breathing into that right side rib cage. Good, engage the core, inhale, come up. And exhale, float those arms down. So we're gonna bring our arms into eagle. The left is gonna be underneath, the right one on top. Now we're gonna reach for our thumb and just gently bring the right wrist to the right while keeping the elbow in the center. This is giving us a nice stretch through the rotator cuff. Always gentle, never pain. Good, coming back center. We're gonna let go of those arms, give it a little flap, and we're gonna cross again. So this time, the right under the left, looking for the thumb. Left hand and wrist goes left, elbow stays center. Just gentle. So you probably can't hear it because I have the headset microphone on, but there are so many jungle sounds around me right now. It's amazing. We have, it's just started to rain, so there's all of these cicadas and frogs and, crickets and that kind of thing that are going like all day long. But then there's also the morning birds. There's, of course, the chickens. There's a lot of chickens in Mexico. But it's just a symphony of awesomeness. Maybe you can hear it. All right. Letting go, coming back center. Open those arms. Give them a flap. Maybe a roll. All right, we're gonna go in for our twist. So we're gonna bring the left hand to the right knee, the right hand behind. Sit up nice and tall, big inhale, and then on the exhale, we're gonna twist from the bottom up. Good. Nice big inhale, engage the core. On the exhale, unwinding from the top down. Then the right hand to the left knee, the left hand behind. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twisting from the bottom up. Beautiful. Big inhale, engage the core. On the exhale, unwind from the top down. Coming into our tabletop. And into our cat pose. Pressing the ground away, tucking the tailbone, gaze dropping to the navel. Really letting those shoulder blades slide to the outside of the rib cage. Cow pose, let the belly drop, the tailbone lift, the gaze gently lift, rolling the shoulders open, spreading the collarbones wide, heart pulling through. Good, back into cat pose. So we're just gonna alternate, so go ahead and take it at your own pace. Synced up with the breath is fantastic because anatomically, when the lungs are full, the belly wants to distend, right? And then when your lungs are empty, your belly wants to go concave, which just works perfect with the poses. So. But if you've got a rhythm that's working for you, do that. There are about 70 million rules in yoga. And as far as I'm concerned, unless there's physical safety or danger involved, they're flexible. Do what feels good. All right. Next time you come into cow pose, go ahead and start to swing that torso around. Starting to soften through the shoulders, soften through the hips. Maybe getting the neck involved. Remember, this can look like absolutely anything. What matters is that you're feeling that sensation of that twist traveling all the way around your body, all the way through your spine each time that you go around. Switching directions, and you might try to hit a different spot in the spine each time that you go around. So you can just focus the apex of your arch in a little bit of a different spot, and it'll give you a different sensation. Okay. Finding your tabletop, we're gonna walk the arms forward, bringing the heart towards the floor for a puppy pose. Now, your mileage may vary. You may be lifted quite a lot higher, and that's fine. You might find that you even need some support. If you do, that is also fine. Your puppy pose might be something like this, and that is perfect. Whatever works for your body and makes it a comfortable pose for you is perfect. So once you get into position, let yourself just start to soften. Also make note of what's happening with the shoulder blades here. The bottoms of the shoulder blades are really tucking in, and the tops of the shoulder blades are kind of opening away from the rib cage. If you can have this sensation when you're doing the different poses where we lift the arms above head, you're going to be in really good shape. Good. From here, we're going to gently press with those hands to come back into a child's pose. And now again, if you're someone who struggles to have the hips come to the heels, or struggles to have both the hips to the heels and the forehead to the floor, feel free to use a bolster, use a block, use a blanket, make it comfortable. Now really just letting your body relax. Keeping the focus on the breath. Okay, so reaching those arms out front, spreading the fingers nice and wide. And now when I say spread the fingers nice and wide, I don't mean as hard as you possibly can. No, that's not what I mean. Spread your fingers nice and wide to a comfortable degree where they're wider than usual, but not so wide that it feels unnatural. Engage through those fingertips, the knuckle pads. We're just shifting forward into our tabletop. From here, we're going to shift forward, coming into a knees down chaturanga. Yours could be right here. It could be here. It could be here. Maybe it's here. We're going to press up and we're going to come back. Chaturanga, even though it's in shifting forward, beginner classes, it takes a lot of concentration, really, to be able to do it correctly and not risk injuring yourself. So we're just going to go back and forth, just gentle, only to your degree of comfort. It does take strength, but more than that, it takes awareness of where your body is in space and what your various body parts are doing. If you kind of just fly through it and you're not paying a lot of attention to your shoulders, there's a good chance that they're going to get angry at you. So keep going slow and controlled. Good. Just starting to develop some warmth. Good. All right. Go ahead and come back to the heels. Now is a good time to break out your blanket if you have one. We're going to go into some dragon lunges. So we're going to have the right knee down. We're going to step the left foot forward. Alrighty. So we're going to send that right leg back. So we're not here, unless that's what your body wants you to do. We are here. All right. Now from here, we're going to gently bring it up. Now option, blocks are awesome. No matter how flexy you are or how deep you can go in this pose, start out, with a little bit of support. Even if some of these things are ultimately pretty easy for you, it's always better to go in slowly. Now from here, if you want to, the hands can come to the thigh. This pose gets pretty intense pretty fast. We're going to think about letting the right hip shift forward a bit, getting a nice stretch through the psoas. Good. We're going to come down for our lizard. So we're going to walk the foot a little bit to the left and bring it down. Now notice how I just did that? As I was coming down, I went whomp to allow like my waistband and my, this stuff to fall through the hip crease. So that works with body parts too, if you have a bit of skin there. If you wing the knee out a little bit as you're coming through, you can allow it through, and then you just have a much more comfortable space where the leg meets the body. And again, just as far as is comfortable, you may be with arms fully extended, you may be up on blocks, maybe it's forearms to blocks. Whatever works for you is the best. All right, we are going to come up on the hands, shift the hips back, popping up those front toes for Ardha Hanumanasana, halfway split. Find your level of comfort. You could also be up here, maybe here. For some folks, maybe the forehead easily comes to the shin. That is amazing. If you have that ability, go for it. Wonderful. All right. We're going to shift forward onto the bottom of the front foot, plant the hands down. We're going to step that left one back, step that right one forward, and then we're going to extend with that left leg. All right, so again, we're going to make our way up. Finding that level of comfort. And progressing as you are ready. It's also totally fine not to change anything. Again, letting this left hip melt forward and down. Wonderful. Coming down into your lizard or your dragon, whichever name you prefer. Two names, same pose. Beautiful. Pressing those hips back, popping up those front toes for Ardha Hanumanasana. Again, feel free to use props. Make sure you're picking a depth that's appropriate for you. Should be a little bit of a challenge, but it shouldn't be pain or so uncomfortable that you can't bear it, right? Just finding that little bit of an edge and riding it. All right, shifting forward, plant the hands, stepping that front foot back. All right, so we're gonna tuck the toes, lift the hips. We're coming into a downward facing dog. Take your time, pedal the heels, shift the hips, whatever feels good. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Engagement through those index knuckles, through the thumb. A little bit of internal rotation with the forearms, external rotation with the upper arms, sending the shoulders wide. Pedaling out those heels if it feels good to do it. You might even bend into the knees if that feels good to you. All right, so bringing the feet mat width apart, hands mat width apart. We're gonna reach the right hand for that left ankle, and if it's possible, let the heart turn towards the left side. Good. Coming back neutral. Left hand reaching for that right ankle. Good. Coming back neutral. All right. We're going to shift forward back into that tabletop. We're going to let the hips fall off to the side. We're going to bring the legs wide. Now you might use your blanket here, depending how easy it is for you to fold forward. If your pelvis, we're going for a wide-legged forward fold, by the way. If the pelvis is pretty locked here and it's not rocking forward and back, then putting yourself up on a little bit of a support or a little bit of a lift like a blanket, just the very edge, will help to free up the pelvis so that it tilts forward, right? So I'll leave that because it feels good. All right, so we're getting the legs pretty much as wide as they naturally can get. And we're gonna start to shift some of that weight forward if it's possible. Now take your time. Now remember, it's totally okay to be sitting perfectly straight up during this. If your pelvis isn't free to tilt forward, don't try to tilt forward. If you do, it's all going to be just in the low back. We don't want that. We would rather have you just sit straight up and down, getting the stretch to your hamstrings that way. Good. All right, bringing the fingers to the mat. Press yourself up. Baddha Konasana. Bottoms of the feet together. Knees out to the sides. And then same thing here. If your pelvis is free to tilt forward, by all means use that. If it's not, feel free to stay straight up and down, and that's totally okay. So in our Baddha Konasana, we're thinking about actively pressing the knees and the thighs down towards the floor, right? So thinking about rolling back and pressing down with the thigh bones. A little bit of a butterfly with the knees can open up more space that you can then move into. So the hot rainy season, it comes with so many amazing, beautiful things. The plants go crazy, the birds, the animals are just plentiful and beautiful. But then there's also the flies and the mosquitoes. And they also are plentiful. Not as beautiful, but they're plentiful. It's kind of how it is with life, though, isn't it? You just kind of have to decide where you're going to put your focus. The good and the bad always exist side by side. The happy people can focus on the good stuff and let the bad stuff fall into the background. But it's always there. Both sides always there. It's our choice. All right, pressing yourself up. We're going to extend those legs and give them a little roll. So just rolling out the hip sockets. We have come to the portion of our class where we get to really relax. Oh, yay. So we are going to come into that structured relaxation pose I was telling you about. So For this one, if you want to, it can be nice to have a little bit of something under your head and neck. This is how I like to do it. Studio blankets are folded the same way. Like pretty much in every studio that you go to, you're going to find them folded the same way. You know, mostly. People can do whatever they want, but this is generally how you'll find them. This is how ours always will be. So if you take the neat top fold, and you roll it back, it makes a perfect little place where your neck will be supported by this little arch, and this will catch just your upper back, and it's just a perfect little pillow without being too high. All right. Ta-da. So, strap. This is unusual for us, right? So we're going to take our strap. We're going to make it up. And this is actually going to go around our thighs. What? We're going to lie back. Find that perfect pillow that maybe you just made. So we're going to use our strap to hold the thighs together. Now make sure that there's enough space for movement still, so you don't want it super tight, but you know, enough to where you can relax and your legs will stay together, okay? Now we're gonna bring our feet towards the outside edge of the mat, letting the knees stay to the center. Oh my gosh. This is such a soothing posture for the low back. Now let yourself get comfortable. Now the feet also, they could be, you know, out pretty far. They could be really close to the hips. Whatever is natural and comfortable for you. So move them around until you find that natural sweet spot. And then just let yourself relax. Get your legs in a position to where they don't require any, you know, maintenance from you, where they'll just stay. And then start to let yourself soften. Starting to let go of breath control. Starting to let your body be really heavy. So really noticing the weight of the hips, pressing down, pressing the sacrum firmly into the mat. Noticing the weight of your shoulders. Now softening through the forehead, relaxing the eyebrows, all of those little muscles around and behind the eyes. Softening through the temples, through the cheeks. Relaxing through the jaw. Letting the tongue fall away from the roof of the mouth. With each exhale, feeling the body pressing heavier and heavier into your mat. With each exhale, falling deeper and deeper into relaxation. For these next few moments, just relax. If you find that you would prefer to straighten your legs out, go ahead. Now starting to bring awareness back to the body, moving fingers, moving toes, maybe reaching arms overhead for that big full body stretch. Maybe extend those legs now if you haven't already. Alrighty, we're gonna gently undo that strap. If you have a Manduka buckle like the strap buckles, you can just roll the buckle towards the logo, and it will allow you to just freely pull it. Discard the strap, roll to your side. Taking a couple of nice big breaths here. And gently pressing up to that comfortable seat. Keeping the eyes closed or the gaze lowered. Now taking this moment to feel into the body, notice what's changed. Notice the results of the gentle practice that you've just completed. Inhaling the arms out and up. Palms to touch. Exhaling down through heart center. Inhaling out and up. Grabbing that arm load of healing energy. Exhale, pull it down to heart center. Feel the warmth, see the glow. And last time, inhaling out and up. Bringing the palms to touch. Exhaling down to the third eye for the mind. The heart center for the body and spirit. Namaste. All right. Whether you're doing this in the morning or in the evening, ride this wave until you're done with your day. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time. Bye.